right, so that was definitely a good top set. I wasn't really too happy about the miss groove on the last one, but it was only supposed to be five, so I'm not too worried about it. I think my training for bench has been a little subpar in terms of intensity because all of the percentages are based off of my one rep max, but my benching has progressed a lot further than the other lifts. So basing it off my one rep max isn't really that helpful since I always have more in the tank after my top sets. And I think that has slightly lowered my focus on form since I don't really have to think about it that much since the weight is decently light and I can just push it up. So I think I do want to go up probably like an extra 5 pounds for next week just so that I can focus a little bit more. I'm also going to be increasing the weight on some of my accessories. I've kind of grown out of them and I don't really get as much of a burn during the sets. So I think I'd be benefited a little bit more if it was like 5 pounds heavier. I've also noticed that my physique has started to round out a little bit more because I can see like my chest is a little bit fuller. The veins in my trap are starting to pop a little bit more, and I can see some separation in my quads. I can tell that my lats, at least from the front, aren't really that developed. So I do think I want to try adding some more pull-ups into my accessories for deadlifts just because whenever I do like a front double bicep or something like that, like my arms just take over completely just because my arms, like my biceps in particular, have just always been the easiest muscle to train because whenever I do curls or something like that, I feel a burn almost instantly, but it's not really fatigue because I can go for a lot longer. I've also tried to add kind of a twist when I do my curls. I saw a clip of Arnold's. He was talking about like, what is it? Your biceps are responsible for curling and for twisting. So I moved my hand to the outside of the dumbbell just so whenever I went up to curl, my wrist would have to kind of drag that along with me. And I could feel that the inside of my bicep just got like a super good burn. I also haven't really done calf raises lately just because my left ankle, when I fully extend it, it just feels a little bit off and I don't want to tear anything. So I think Sunday I tried just doing like not fully extending, but also not going to the ground. So just bang out 15 reps on my toes. And I do feel that I get a pretty good burn while doing them. The weight that I was using was a little bit too light, so I'm going to increase it probably like 5-10 pounds and then see how it feels next week. I've also noticed that my hamstrings have started to fill out lately because along with side delts, they were the only muscle that I didn't train, pretty much just because I didn't like the one where you lay down and curl. And I think RDLs, once I actually figured out how to do them, have really helped with that. But lately it has gotten a little bit harder to feel my hamstrings after. So that's one of the lifts that I'm going to be increasing, probably like 10 pounds. Chest flies and skull crushers have also been going very well. Recently, my chest has been probably the fastest to develop, just strength wise and size wise. My triceps have always been just a little bit further than everything else, and I can still feel that they take over with any of my pressing movements. But my chest is definitely starting to catch up. So for my front squats, I don't really know what they're supposed to do. But ever since I've started doing them, I get a better glute pump, and my core is really activated while I'm doing them. But that's pretty much it. And yeah, today pretty much just turned out to be me talking about my muscles. But I'll see you next time.